Stampin' Up's Butterfly Wishes Fun and Fancy Birthday Card. I will be demonstrating how to do this fancy and fun little fold into a birthday card using Stampin' Up's Butterfly Wishes and Country Floral embossing folder. Welcome to Joanne's Crafting Inspirations. I am a Stampin' Up Independent Demonstrator. Each Monday I will be demonstrating my latest creations to you for you to view and hopefully to inspire you to come up with your own creations. I'm going to flip this camera and I'm going to show you this week's card. As I said, we'll be using the Butterfly Wishes stamp set. It's quite a lovely stamp set. It comes with 12 pieces, so 12 different stamps, and it has some nice little verses in there. And I'll be using the Country Floral embossing folder. The Butterfly Wishes order number is 149346, and the Country Floral Big Shot embossing folder is 149698. And both of these can be found in the big catalog, Creativity is Calling. The Butterfly Wishes is on page 18, and the Country Floral embossing folder is found on page 198. And tonight's card looks like this with the fun and fancy fold. So it closes like so, and it opens up, and it stands like so. So tonight's colors is Rich Razzleberry, which I've got cut and scored, and that is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and again at 2 3/4. So what you do is you fold it in half, then you take this section and you fold that back in half. And then we've got a piece of Whisper White, which I'll be demonstrating on how to make your own designer series paper, and I'll show you how it's done with using the stamp set. I'll be using the branch with the tree flowers and the individual flower down here below. As well, that is a piece of Whisper White that is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And we also got the other piece that's for the fold inside, and that is cut at 3 by 8 1/2, scored at 3 and 5 3/4, and that is just accordion fold. So one side is going to be bigger than the other. The 3 by 3 side is going to be on the front of our card. So I'm just going to take my bone folder and score this down a little bit better. Nice crisp score lines, and then I'm going to fold this one back, and because I got it embossed already, I'm just going to take this. And now I already got this embossed ahead of time to save a bit of time, but I'm just going to show you what platforms that we're going to use in order to do it, run it through our Big Shot. This is the platform, and I separated mine, and we're going to use tab number 1. And then we're going to use our Country Floral pad. And what you want to do is you're going to take this and you're going to insert it and make sure it's lined up on the line going across here. And there's a little beveled edge. So you want to bring in where your score line is too, just ever so slightly. And bring it up. And you're going to run it through the Big Shot this way, and we're going to use our plate on top, and you're going to run it through the Big Shot this way so that none of the other paper gets the embossing. But before I ran it through the embossing, I forgot. Let me just move this out of the way. To make a more definite of a look, I spritzed it with our Shimmer paint. Now this is in an aqua pen, or a spritzer, sorry, mixed with rubbing alcohol. So you need to fill it up with rubbing alcohol with 3 little drops of the shimmer paint. And then what I did is I spritzed this down quite well. So you could probably see the shimmer on this paper. And because it was wet, it kind of embossed the paper even a little bit better. So now with that done, I'm going to show you how to make your own designer series paper. For anyone who's just starting off, who probably hasn't got much designer series paper or anything like that, you can always use the stamp set and create your own. So instead of using the ink pad tonight, I'm going to be using our Stampin' Up markers, our Rich Razzleberry and our Mossy Meadow Stampin' Up markers. So what we want to do is take our Blackberry Bliss and we want to open it on the thick tip. So the tip thick is indicated with the thick line, and this is the narrow tip, more for writing on your cards. So what I'm going to take our ink stamp or our stamp pad, and I'm just going to go over with the marker over the flowers. And you want to do it kind of quickly because this tends to dry. And we do have blends. You do not want to do this with blends. I repeat, you do not want to do this with blends. Blends are made with a different type of solution. It's not water-based like our Stampin' Up markers. And it is more of a hex as a more of a permanent marker than our Stampin' Up. So we're just coloring in the stems. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it down and stamp. And even though it's done with our markers, our Stampin' Up markers, the picture still comes out so vibrant. And what I like to do is I like to stamp off. So I'm just going to crisscross and stamp again. So it gives a little bit of a faint effect. So you want to do that until your paper is full. I went ahead and done one. And what I also did, and you can take your marker once again and go over, or you can use your ink pad. So I just color in that one, for instance. And you want to lay these sporadic throughout your card, like so. So there's how to make your own designer series paper. And I went ahead and made my own before, just to save time. You don't want to watch me coloring. So what we want to do now is figure out which way we like our paper. I think I kind of like it like that. So I'm going to snail it down. I find 2 pieces of snail is good. Our adhesive is fairly strong and it holds quite well. So you want to leave a little border on all sides so that the rich raspberry is showing. And now we're going to stamp up the front of our card and our little accordion fold. So you're going to take your 3x3 piece and we're going to stamp that up with our butterfly and with our Stampin' Up Rich Razzleberry pad. Now this is an older ink pad, and you'll see the difference in between the pads now shortly when I bring out the Mossy Meadow. So I'm going to stamp this butterfly here in the corner. And you want to stamp the butterfly off on a spare sheet of paper if you wish, and cut out just a portion of this wing, which I've done ahead of time. So here's what it looks like. And I'm going to attach it to give it like a 3D effect shortly. So now I'm going to take our butterfly wishes or birthday wishes sentiment, and I'm going to lay it down towards the bottom like so. And then I'm going to take a few of our flowers, and I'm going to stamp these off. And I'm going to fold this so that it doesn't, we want to come off the paper a little bit. So I'm just going to spread it around the bottom of the card. And now I'm going to bring out our Mossy Meadow. So now this is the new ink pad. So it just flips up and slides down. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stamp off. And I'm just going to put the leaves where I think they should go. Like so. And now what I want to do is I'm going to use our sentiment and Love to Celebrate You. I'm going to ink up with Rich Razzleberry, and I'm going to put it in the center. And you couldn't even put your flowers around here, but I think it's lovely just the way it is. And then on this piece here, I'm going to put 2 more butterflies just to fill in the paper. Like so. I'm just going to move the ink pad out of the way and move some of these stamps. And I'm going to close up the ink pad. And now it's time to attach this to our card. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to take this section and I'm going to put 2 pieces of snail on the back of the card, and I'm going to size it up where I want my top piece to go. And now I might not get it straight because I'm not leaning forward as such. So there we go. And then what we want to do is put our snail just over on half the paper. And you might want a little bit more glue, and sometimes tumble glue is probably best. I think that's what I used on my card, because where this side is embossed, it might not stick all that well. So there's our card completed for tonight's project. Now, if you like this video, please remember to hit the like button, and please feel free to leave a comment and let me know where you are watching from. I love to see where my viewers are coming from. And remember to hit the like button or share my video. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me and I would gladly help on how help you and answer your questions. And stay tuned for next Monday night's video. I was going to do a Valentine's treat project, but I decided not to. I'm going to do something else. So I might demonstrate my card, because one of the cards that I am going to be demonstrating on the Donna Gray and Rose Ward's fundraising for the Australian fires. So I might demonstrate one of my cards that I did there. So thank you for watching, and see you next week at Monday night at 8 o'clock Standard Newfoundland time. Thank you and have a good night.